Alright guys, welcome to McKola TV. So last time on the channel I spoke about Manchester United's victory over Hull City. I had just left the stadium. Marcus Rashford had scored that goal in the dying stages of the game. What a victory it was for Manchester United. It made it 3 wins in 3, 9 points out of 9, going into the annoying international break just as things were heating up, and with Manchester City up next. Obviously today Manchester City won their game 3-1 against West Ham. Now Manchester City looked very, very good at times. Raheem Sterling is playing some fantastic football under Pep Guardiola. Now obviously last season he was very, very poor. In the summer he had a bad time out in the Euros, but so did most of the England squad. And then he had them headlines over him, which, to be fair, I don't rate Sterling all that much. I think he's a decent player. He has got potential. I don't think he's worth the price tag and all that, but it was unfair, all those headlines around just Raheem Sterling. And now in the summer, and now this season, under Pep Guardiola, who is obviously a fantastic coach and is giving him direction, he is performing, so fair play to him. Although obviously we don't like to see it as he's scoring goals for City. 2 goals for him today. Fernandinho also got a goal as well. Manchester City 2-0 up at half time, and they looked like they were coasting, and then West Ham get a goal back in it, and then they just couldn't put any more pressure onto Manchester City. They couldn't make it pay, and then obviously Raheem Sterling wraps up the points towards the end with a neat finish. So Manchester City also getting 3 wins out of 3, and Manchester United and Manchester City weren't the only teams to do that this weekend. Chelsea won their game as well, coasting to a 3-0 victory against Burnley. 9 points out of 9 for them as well. The only 3 teams to do it in the Premier League. And Eden Hazard is looking back to his best. Fantastic goal scored by him. A comfortable victory for Chelsea. And even Will.i.am getting a goal from a fantasy Premier League team. So it wasn't all that bad, eh? 2 teams that managed to get their first victory of the season this weekend as well. Leicester City getting a 2-1 victory over Swansea, having missed a penalty as well, Riyad Mahrez, who was in my fantasy Premier League. And then to make things worse, Fair scores and he's on my bench. So I may not even get those points. I doubt I'll get those points. So frustrating. His goal was also scored against Leicester. I had Fuchs in my defence, so more points costed there. So frustrating. Leicester City though obviously would be delighted with the first victory of the season for them, and Danny Drinkwater was looking fantastic in midfield. He was being a proper driving force for them. It probably should have been a more comfortable victory than it was in the end for Leicester, but Claudio Ranieri will be happy with those 3 points. Another team to get their first victory of the season was Arsenal. Now, I did predict this. I thought they'd win 2-1. I thought it'd be a little bit tighter than it was. They were absolutely coasting in the first half. 3-0 up. Alexis Sanchez looking like he's finding his form again as well. And Arsenal getting their first victory of the season now. Obviously, they've still got their issues, but they've brought in a few players. Perez, they've brought in, I don't know an awful lot about him, but still, I don't think he's the goal scorer that they actually needed. They needed an accomplished, maybe world-class goal scorer, and they failed to get that. They have those strengthening defence with Mustafi coming in from Valencia, who's a very, very talented defender, and alongside Mertesacker as well, the German colleagues. I'm sure he'll settle in quickly at Arsenal, and Koscielny there as well. So they have got now some decent centre-halves, and they've got the reinforcement there, but still failed to get that striker so far anyway. But now they've got 3 points on the board. I'm sure they'll be confident, and when they're playing good football, they're a problem for any teams, but can they get that consistency? Can they get that backbone? I don't think they're strengthened enough in the window. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Spurs drew with Liverpool 1-1. Danny Rose equalising after James Milner had put Liverpool in front from the penalty spot. Probably a fair result in the end, and probably one that both teams will take, given that it's very, very early in the season. And it's so hard to call a lot of these games this season. Palace drew 1-1 with Bournemouth as well. That ruined one of my bets. The only team I had left to win were Palace, and they fucked up, so thank you to them. But Bournemouth grabbing a decent point on the road. Everton continuing their impressive start. They sit in 4th as well, 7 points out of 9. Ronald Koeman's getting things ticking. A 1-0 victory over Mark Hughes' Stoke, and Stoke will be a difficult side for any team in the Premier League. So those 3 points are very, very good for Everton. Southampton also drew 1-1 with Sunderland in what was expected to be a tight game. And of course, the Bore Fest on Super Sunday at the Hawthorns between West Brom and Middlesbrough. All in all though, it's been a decent weekend of football. Obviously teams around us didn't really drop points. Chelsea winning, Arsenal winning, Manchester City winning as well. But Manchester United got that victory with Marcus Rashford's late goal. What a goal it was as well. Absolutely delighted with that. Of course, we have this international break now. How annoying is that? I can't stand these annoying international breaks just after the season started. Granted, there's a qualifier in there, but so annoying. We've just got underway. Players are still trying to get their match fitness and match sharpness. And with the derby coming up, I'm so excited for that game. Obviously, Manchester City have started the season very, very well under Pep Guardiola. 3 wins out of 3 as well. But defensively, I think we can get at them. Obviously, they can get at us as well. With Aguero, though, will he be missing that game? Obviously, the elbow there coming up and a suspension hanging over his head. Possibly if the FA take action. Do you think they should? His elbow went up and he did catch him. So if it was any other player that had a nasty streak in him, then maybe the FA would look at it. I don't think they will with Aguero, but I think they should. I think that deserves a suspension. Whether that happens or not, who knows. But even if he doesn't get suspended, I'd rather beat Manchester City with them at full strength and with Sergio Aguero in the side. But of course, it would be nice if he got suspended. I've mentioned it briefly so far as well. So before I go, I'll actually talk about the Fantasy Premier League. It wasn't a great week for me this week so far. Ibrahimovic, Aguero, who have been on fire, obviously not scoring, nor did Shane Long. Poor from him. Will.i.am did get a goal. John Terry got a clean sheet. David De Gea got a clean sheet, but that's as good as it got. I dropped to 420th in our league. And at the moment, it's the Nathans that are dominating the top of the league. 209 points Nathan Lofia and 208 points Nathan Ridley. So well done to those guys sitting at the top as we go into the international break. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment and share as well. Get your comments in below on the weekend's action. What did you make of it all? Obviously Chelsea, City, United keeping up their perfect records and all the other results as well. Get your comments in below. I'll see you later.